What's up, everyone? How you doing? Today's movie I'll be talking about is called Worst Laid Plans, and this is based on a book. I did check out on Amazon to see what the book is about, but yeah, it's based on a book, and it's an anthology horror movie of three tales. And the movie's not long though, but it's like any of these anthology movies. Not all of them, but most of them. But this, excuse me, let me just rephrase that. A few of them do beat the crack, but every segment is actually good. In this one, even though he's getting bad reviews, I felt like one segment was weak, and it shouldn't be surprised. You gotta have one or two segments that's weak. But since it's three stories, I feel like two of them was strong, and one was definitely disappointed. Like I said, one is weak, and it's a anthology horror movie, but it's not connected with a horror host, or it's not connected to the story. Except for it has a theme, which is like you say these were people going on vacation, like a road trip, and it's just gone wrong. The road trips pretty much have a bad experience, or they have a bad obstacle outcome. Um, the full story is about this two couple and their gay son going to this like a tourist museum type of thing, and they met this guy who's going to show them around this ecological terrain, and it went out of control because the guy had like tell everybody to turn the lights off to see how darkness is if you hear anything, and then it just went out of control with a giant creature like a catfish monster, and I feel like this segment was good though, but at the same time it leaves answer questions like, okay, so it looked like this guy did this before, so is it a setup? And then the way it ended, so I guess it was not a setup. So it's like a different so it leaves you kind of confused, but it was still entertaining though. Then you get the second story, which was pretty cool concept about these two guys, and they said this girl like she looked like she's in trouble, and the first guy like saw the trailer park, and he's trying to when he opens the trailer, he realizes it's not what it seems to be. I was thinking like something like a demonic horror type of theme, but it ended up becoming more like a alien theme. So I thought this was well executed. It was pretty good. I feel like the second segment was the strongest, and it made sense. And then we got to the third segment, and this is just the weakest of the week. This is the one those anthology horror movies when you gotta say, hey, there's one weak segment that was terrible while the others was going good. And this one starts out with this fat couple and their son going on vacation. He has a video camera, and he's seeing this guy on the camera, and he realizes something's not right. Who is this guy on the camera? And then while the family still on going to different spots on the vacation, like in Florida with the alligator museum or alligator farm, excuse me, and they get back to the hotel, the guy realizes his son is missing. His wife said, "Hey, let's check the security camera." And the weird thing about this is very confusion. Like, who kidnapped the son? You might think it's the guy on the camera. It's like it doesn't have no clip. No, it just leaves you in the cliffhanger. And the wife and the father that acting about their missing son, like, it's like, man, like they're not frantic or nothing. It was just kind of crazy. But yeah, this was the weakest, and I didn't like the ending for this one because, like I say, it's very confusing, and it's like ridiculous. Make no sense. But besides, there's two segments in there. The first two was good. The second one was the best. And I checked on Amazon. Like I said, I checked on Amazon. The book, it literally has like 14 tales. So I'm surprised they ain't did a sequel to this, which they have room for. And yeah, the movie is like low budget. But hey, if you've seen a lot of horror movies or a lot of low budget movies in general, it doesn't matter if it's horror or not. If it's enjoyable, it's enjoyable, or somewhat enjoyable at least. So it was late plans. I say check it out anyway. And guess where it's at? Yeah, you're right, Tubi TV. Anyway, over and out.